Hi, my name is Doug Schneider. Welcome back to the latest episode of Real Hi-Fi. In this episode, I'm going to take you on the road again, this time to Southport, England, where I went in July with our video team, to the headquarters of iFi Audio, and there I met with Miles Roberts, head of global sales for iFi, and asked him, why do we need a headphone amplifier at all? Here is what he said. So Miles, we're going to talk about headphone amps here, because iFi Audio makes a lot of different headphone amps. Now, there are people who will say you don't need anything more than the jack on your phone, which many don't have anymore, or a dongle. Why would somebody buy a portable headphone amp for their phone?
Right. Well, that's a good point. I mean, things have moved on with cell phone technology over the last few years, and it's interesting that you point out that most phones these days don't come with a standard 3.5 socket, and pretty well most ubiquitous headphones come with a 3.5 jack plug, so somehow you've got to get the audio out of the phone and into the headphones, yeah?
So they usually come with a dongle? They
usually come with a dongle. So sure, if you use the dongle in the phone, what that's going to do is use the DAC in the phone, so the built-in DAC. And this is a bit like a hi-fi system. The cell phone does a whole load of things for you. You know, it's a GPS system, it's a communications tool, it plays videos, YouTube, etc. And yeah, it does audio as well. But the audio is going to be kind of the lowest common denominator for the manufacturer of the cell phone. It's going to be reasonable, but it's not a specialist audio output. So yeah, we can use this. The other thing is the output volume of the 3.5 supplied dongle that comes with this phone is going to be a pretty low voltage. That means if you're using a fairly power-hungry set of headphones like these Sennheisers, you're really not going to get the volume in there. So if you're listening while you're traveling on a train or on the plane or in a loud environment, you're going to be in a difficult position trying to get that volume there.
And sensitivity is how loud something will play.
Correct.
Given a given voltage, so you would have to have really high sensitivity.
Correct. Yeah. So if you had IEMs, which are typically a little bit more sensitive
in
the monitors, then you could actually probably get a louder level. But then equally, you could start listening to more hiss because you're not only elevating the level of the volume, but also possibly the noise floor of the device that you're listening on.
Okay.
Yeah? So there's two leaps forward. One is you could use Bluetooth as an output, and that's a common feature of most of these, pretty well all
Bluetooth-enabled headphones.
To Bluetooth-enabled headphones.
These aren't Bluetooth-enabled headphones. But
if you wanted to work with Bluetooth-enabled headphones, with headphones that weren't Bluetooth, then we do have products like the little Go Blue here. This is a Bluetooth receiver for the Bluetooth output from the phone, and it has the 3.5 jack capability, and it has the power drive that you'd require to drive power-hungry headphones like this. So this is one option if you want to go, wireless cable. Yeah.
With Bluetooth. Now, I know iFi does something special with their Bluetooth transmission, but even the best Bluetooth is inherently lossy.
Right.
In other words, compromised.
Yeah, right. So at this point in time, there is no lossless Bluetooth transmission. So if you're listening to something like Tidal Masters, etc., on your cell phone, and you want the best quality conversion that you can get, then the ideal is to have a cable-connected DAC. So to do that, you would need either from Apple land, we've got the CCK camera kit. If we go into Android land, we've got what's called an OTG, an on-the-go cable, which basically allows you to plug directly into the output of the device. These will take the digital output of the phone, not a digital converted output into analog. It will take a digital output from the phone into a downstream device.
Okay.
So if we use the same, this is our latest OTG cable for Apple rather. We'll plug that in the Lightning connector here, and now I've got a USB-C connector on the end. And when I plug in the little Go bar,
that's the Go bar. Now the DAC is in the Go bar.
So
right?
the DAC is actually in the Go bar. So I'm now taking a digital signal directly out of the cell phone, and it's this piece of hardware that's doing the signal conversion.
And then we put the headphones into the Go bar.
Yeah. Oh, and I've just managed to flip it out. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Click it in rather than... and on the side of this device, you can see there's analog controls here. So I've got a volume control, mute control, etc. So this is now my piece of hardware that's converting high-res audio up to up to DSD 256, and we've also got PCM up to 384 in this device. Yeah.
And what I-Fi will contend is the digital to analog conversion and also the power capability of this headphone amplifier, and this is a headphone amplifier too, similar sort of thing, but it's much larger, is superior to what you can get from the phone alone or from the phone and one of these.
Exactly. And if you take this device, the Go Bar, which is our latest offering, which has 2 sockets on the end, you can see there's the unbalanced single-ended, but you've also got a balanced 4.4 mil. That balanced output is 15 times greater than our nearest competition. So this could actually drive some seriously power-hungry headphones. Yeah,
to high volume levels.
To very high volume
levels. Which could be ear damaging. You don't want that.
You don't want to go that
the ability to drive the headphone.
There is a lockout function to stop you going into turbo volume mode inside here. So if you really want to protect your ears, you've kind of got to do a double button push to go beyond the limit.
So in a nutshell, it's to use a higher quality digital to analog converter and more capability.
And more power capability,
to drive headphones.
Yes, both,
Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks a lot.
So I'll wrap this up by giving you my quick take on, do you need a headphone amplifier? And my answer is, it depends. These PSB headphones around my neck have built-in amplification. You don't really need an amplifier at all. But even if you bypass their amplification in the passive mode, they're still pretty sensitive and can play very loud, even out of an airline jack and definitely out of a phone or laptop. But these Sennheisers I recently gave my son, he took them to his gaming computer, plugged them in the headphone jack and said, "Dad, there's no volume out of these, even with the volume control at 100. And I said to him, here's a lesson on why you need a headphone amplifier. These need a lot more power than your little headphone jack in your computer or phone can provide. So he has a headphone amplifier for them that he always uses. Also, the headphone amplifiers, such as the ones that Hi-Fi makes, often have digital to analog conversion built in, which can be superior to what your device might have. They also might have features that you want that your device doesn't have again. So again, let me repeat, the answer is, it depends. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching.